So, Bron and the boys and I have been here in Japan for almost a year and a half now, and in that time we've been working with my good friend Shinya Ikeda and his awesome family in Jesus Center Church. Nice t-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, Jesus Center. I should have worn mine too. That would have been good. And so Jesus Center Church is now just over 2 years old.
2 years, yes.
Could you tell us a bit of the story of how Jesus Center started and how we got to this point? It's a pretty cool story.
Yeah. We started in 2017 May.
Wow.
And we talked to our senior pastor in back home church in March. So all the leadership kind of moved, and then we decided to do our church planting in April. So March, April, and we started in May. So we only had just 1 month to decide our names or place or anything. I mean everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. So we started our name first, and we want Jesus to be the same.
Yeah.
And also we say Senta in Japanese, which is kind of like a community center, or the Senta means like a place where people gather. So that shows our visions.
Yeah.
That if Jesus brings to us, we accept anybody.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a cool heart.
So that's why we call our church Jesus Center.
Jesus Center.
So we just said name, and we didn't have a place.
Yeah, no building and no people.
No people.
Like just you and your wife Azusa and your son Leo. So if there's 3 people for the church.
Yes. Oh my God, we have picture of just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
But so we have a friend who runs real estate business, and we talked to him. Okay, do you have any place where we can have a church? And he's like, church? Okay, hold on. So we hang out, and I was praying for the place, and one of my friend actually. So my real estate friend called one of our friend. He called me up, and he's like, do you need any place where you have service in the church? We have a place, and which is called Kurahako. So he actually offered us to have a church there. That's crazy.
And he's not a Christian.
He's not a Christian. It's actually having a church in public place in Japan is no. So it's private place, but he wants us to have a church. That's God.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So that's the first miracle.
Yeah, you had a place to actually hold your meetings.
Yeah.
So then how did you kind of begin gathering people to be a part of this Jesus Center community?
Okay. So this is kind of crazy too, but basically me and my wife are the Christian in our church because my son isn't saved yet. Yeah. He's just 1 year old. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we can have service because we have name, place. Yeah. But okay, we need somebody there. So we started to. I think we started from a website. Yeah. With the website and the Facebook, and because I'm one of the kind of like a media guy, so. And then we started to spread this kind of information that we're starting church, and I do concerts and events in our city. So when I spread this kind of information, some of our friends kind of texted me or called me back, and then they're like, okay, how can I help you? How can I help your church?
These are not Christians.
They're not.
They just want to help you with your church.
Yeah.
Great.
So I was like, okay, do you like to sing? They're like, yeah. Oh, can you sing?
I think so.
They aren't saved, and they have never sung or any worship songs or hymns or anything. They've never gone to church services. But they actually talked to me, and they're like, okay, we would love to help you.
Wow.
So, and then 2017 May 7th, we had a first meeting, and we had about 20, including kids, 25-ish people.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And so it's such a great story. You kind of got to the point where you had the building, Kurahako, you had some people coming along, and pretty much right from the start, a lot of kids have been a part of the Jesus Center kind of family.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, but it did create some challenges, right? Because you kind of had them down in the back corner with some of the leaders helping look after them. It's a little bit noisy, a bit chaotic. So how did God kind of provide in another amazing way to kind of help you with that issue?
Yeah. So when we talked to my friend who led me to use that place, when I talked to him, he actually shared his vision that he wanted to have kindergarten there.
Nice.
I was like, kindergarten, okay. And he's like, could you help? Could you help us? I was like, how? You know, could you teach gospel for babies? I was like, babies? Okay. Well, and he's like, could you make our website? And I was like, oh, okay, I can be a part of your project. So I was in that project. So right after we started church, and a couple months later, they were already planning on having the kindergarten.
Wow.
So when they opened up the kindergarten right next to that, the building, I mean, right across the street,
just across the road.
And he's like, so we have more extra room because we built the kindergarten.
Yeah.
Do you need more room? I was like, yes.
Yes, we do.
We have a lot of kids, and then it would be great that if we have extra room for kids. And then that was already planned.
Yeah.
So it's amazing too.
So you had a brand new kindergarten space to use as Jesus Center Kids Church, just across the road. So amazing.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, wow. And so you could turn the volume back down for your sermons. And everyone could kind of focus just a little bit better. And the kids as well could have an amazing fun time as well, which is really, really cool.
Yes.
So it's just such a cool story. And I know from previous conversations, like, you'd kind of thought, maybe at some point in the future for Jesus Center, maybe we'll be able to save enough to buy our own building, but it always felt like that was a long way away. But now, just recently, God has blessed us with another amazing opportunity.
Oh my gosh.
To move into our own building. So crazy. So how's all that come about?
So it's been 2 years when after we started, church, and then I think a couple months ago we were just talking as leadership, and we were like, okay, I think because I think now Kurahako is, I think, the maximum that we can hold. The people would be maybe 20 people.
Yeah, comfortably.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
So we're kind of reaching to that kind of numbers recently. So we're like, okay, we should add more service, but it's a renting place. So do we add more, time, or even we have Saturday service or Sunday? We have 10:30 service now. So, but do we have 9 service, or should we do like at 1:30 or 1 o'clock? Or, we should add more services if we are adding more people.
Yeah.
And then one of our he's in our same denomination, but one of the pastor came up to me in one meeting, and he's like, I want to talk to you. I was like, okay,
what have I done?
It's kind of scary. The pastor said to you, I want to talk to you. It's a good thing or either a bad thing. So I was like, oh yes. And then I've known him for a long time, and then he's like, okay, so we have, I talked to him, and in that conversation he's like, okay, we have a building, but our church is kind of getting smaller and smaller, and we're actually, and he is now pastoring 2 churches, and one of the church is kind of like a number is decreasing now, less people and getting older. So he felt like he wants to make 2 churches just one.
Combine them into one.
Yes,
it's a good decision.
To church, and then he's like, and then one building would be empty. So do you want to use that building? I was like, do I want to use the building? Yes, but I didn't say yes.
Yeah,
but
it's like, yes. I will think about that.
And then actually, I was in that building, and which is only 17 or 18 years old, and concrete buildings.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing building.
Yeah.
It's, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But there's no debt, and then all the money just paid up. So it's free.
And it's like 5 minutes down the road from
Yes.
where we have been doing church at Kurahako. So it's kind of very close geographically too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I said to him, I was like, can I bring this information to my leadership in our church? And then we're just so surprised. Like, we just talked about, adding more services, but God just answered. And then we never thought that we're buying our own buildings, or building our own buildings, because we only have maybe, including kids, we have maybe 35 to 40 now. But maybe at least 10 years later or 20 years later, we would do church building projects and stuff, and then offering special offering. And then we thought that we would go to that kind of point that we would have own building, but God thought is always above our thoughts, and it's been only 2 years. This is the 3rd year for us, but we would move into that building in September. It will take 2 years to do all that,
this kind of transitions
and all the kind of little bit of the paperwork. But in 2 years, it's gonna be our own building. It's amazing.
It's so amazing. It's pretty awesome. And you and your lovely wife Azusa, you've got another baby on the way too in a few weeks. It's a pretty exciting time. Pretty exciting time.
New baby, new buildings.
It is. It's just awesome. And I know, like for Bron and I, it's just been such a privilege to kind of play a very small part in just this Jesus-centered journey.
That's a big part.
It's just awesome, and I love how God is just constantly exceeding our expectations and just continuing to guide our steps and open up opportunities to just share His love with more and more people. So it's kind of crazy thinking about what might be in the future, but it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. I always thought that, why God didn't tell me the whole planning, because when we started, we were just from a scratch, we didn't have anything. But in 2 years, if I knew it, I had more, confidence.
This is going to be great.
More peace about going through that, journey. But God didn't tell me. But because I think we kind of learned it, huge thing that trusting God is huge thing for us.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that I learned it, that kind of big lesson through this journey.
It's so exciting, and I think over and above the amazing testimonies of how God has provided buildings, I think that the most exciting things have been how people have become Christians. Some of these beautiful people who wanted to help out as musicians or whatever, after a while they're saying, hey, we sing about this guy Jesus, maybe you should tell us who he is. And then some of them have become Christians, which that's what it's all about. And I just think there's a huge need in Japan, and it's it's so exciting to be a part of something that's effectively helping Japanese people encounter God's love and walk with Him. So,
Totally.
more. Best is yet to come.
Yes.